Dan Lawler said West Ham fan TV. Not so instant match reaction. I wasn't going to do this because honestly, after that game, I had nothing new to say. It would have just been recycling old videos and old tweets and things like that I've done. Nothing new to add. And then the bombshell hit that Pellegrini has been sacked. Finally, finally. Oh my gosh, this was so long overdue. He said, David Sullivan's come out and said, how great it was to work with him, blah, blah, blah. However, it has become clear that change is required to get this club back on track in line with our ambitions. That's an eyebrow raise, ambitions. But it's become clear. It became clear to everyone else like a month ago. I mean, it came clear to me after the Newcastle game. That's when it became clear to me. But I mean, it's only just become clear to them. Is that what they're telling me? And we felt it necessary to act now in order to give the new manager as much time as possible to achieve that goal. If that was the situation, they could have gave him, like I said, an extra month to get that to give the manager enough time as the new manager. Now they're saying the new manager. Have they got someone in mind? I don't have confidence that they're going to go and pick the right person. That's the thing. It's all well and good sacking him, and look, it needed to be happening. If we get an interim, the guy had no ideas. He had no ideas at all. Even when we went to 4-4-2, you know, we still, as much as obviously having Alea and Antonio, they look good together, look like a form of partnership. We still didn't create enough goals. We still only just about beat Southampton, and they were unlucky not to get anything from that game. They had the shot off the bar. I think they might have had two, one off the post, one off the bar. They had one ruled out unjustly, so that wasn't a convincing win. So even when he did change, obviously he went back to one up top. It's one of them. I saw, I've seen individual performances improve. Like I've seen Fornals improve and things like that, and he was great. He was really, I'd say, probably my man of the match um, today. But his substitutions are just ridiculous. Taking Haller off, I know this thing. Haller is he's divisive. Some people think he's awful. Some people think he's not being utilised right. Whatever you think, whatever your opinion is about Haller, I'm sure we can all agree he is a better striker than a Jetty. So now you take off Allaire and bring on Anderson rather than us having. You take off Allaire, bring off Antonio. I think that's what he did. Yeah, brought on Antonio. That's it. So rather than getting Antonio and Allaire working together up top, we go back and we just keep the one up top. So was honestly we were doomed for relegation, and now it's not going to be easy. No matter who we bring in, I mean, we are banging trouble. They've done this way too late now, and this is the thing. Watford got Nigel Pearson, right? Obviously, look, they've sacked managers twice this season, but now they've seemed to have got it right with Nigel Pearson. We've really done a good job at Leicester, and you could argue that some of his fingerprints are, on that successful side. Um, but yeah, they brought him in. Now they're starting to build points up and climb up and looking to get out of that relegation zone. They could stay up. Norwich picked up a point, I think, against Spurs. They're fully capable. They've been picking up points here and there. You've got Aston Villa, who got battered by a 10-man Norwich, but they're capable. They've got some good players in. It's not like, I mean, I haven't paid so close attention to them as West Ham, but it's not like they're completely doomed. Like they're fully capable. Whereas us, it's like it just seemed like there was no answers, and we was just like that. It was just on a real downward trajectory. Um, yeah, but again, it's like who do they go now? Like a lot of people want Kovac, who took Frankfurt from being relegation strugglers. They was looking down at relegation and took them to being European um, status, basically. And then went on to manage Bayern and win a couple of trophies there. That could be, an ambitious appointment. Go and offer him the money. I mean, it was weird. He went to go and watch the Everton game, but he didn't sign for them. So whether it was just watching a game of football or they offered it, I don't know. But yeah, I think that would be more of an appointment people could get behind, something a bit more something a bit more positive. But the Moyes thing, going back to David Moyes, no, we can't. We cannot go back to David Moyes. And honestly, I don't think he's the like. If Pulis or Houghton, you know, as much as I respect Houghton, I don't think that, look, if we're having this ambition that we're supposed to have, that's not where we need to go. But I think David Moyes, as someone said, he's yesterday's manager. You know, he's yesterday's man. I don't think that, you know, all the talk about what he did at Everton, that was, you know, a long time ago. Games passed him by. He just about kept us up. And there's no guarantee that he'll be able to do it again this time around. And then are we going to be able to kick on under him? The football was so negative. But you look, the first step, we've made the first step anyway of sacking Pellegrini. Now it comes all the drama about who the replacement is. Are we going to get an interim manager, or are we going to have they already got someone lined up? We'll find out. Obviously, look, Rafa's not going to happen. Rafa's not going to happen because it's going to cost him a load of money. It costs us a load of money to get him out of his contract. But this is all on the board. This is all on the board. They should have made this appointment sooner. This decision to sack him sooner. And the thing is, look, I've got to hold my hands up and say, look, you know, the times I went on TalkSport, Jason Cundy said to me several times, you know, Pellegrini's a lazy appointment. I don't see him being the sort of manager for West Ham and to go in line with West Ham's ambitions. And of course, look, I'm gonna back our new manager. I'm gonna support him, and I did. You know, even up until this summer, you know, like I said, up to the Newcastle game, and you got to look at it and say he was right. You know, he was right at the end of the day. As much as that kills me to say it, it was a lazy appointment. It was. They obviously they looked at him and he's gone to China, but they looked at him and go, well, he's a big name. He's won the Premier League. You know, let's get him in. Let's get him in, and that's the answer. Rather than really look, and this is the thing. This is what I worry about the decision makers, that they don't really have it up here in terms of real football knowledge, and you know, they should know. They should know the things that we don't know. They should have access to data and information that we're not even looking at. They need to know more than the fans. But the question is, do they? And I don't think they do. So anyway, it's that's a chapter that's over. The Pellegrini era is over now. Who next? Who next? Honestly, we'll see. We'll find out. But I'm still very, very worried about relegation. Hopefully, new manager comes in, and because we've got good players, we have got good players. But can a new manager, you know, get them ticking and get them playing a different brand of football and a more effective brand of football? We'll see. So anyway, look out for all the other fan cams. The fan cams were filmed before it was announced Pellegrini would be sacked. So no one's going to be talking about Pellegrini getting sacked on the fan cams, but they'll be talking about, obviously, well, they'll be talking about him getting sacked, but not as it happened. So anyway, watch them. It's a lot of interesting stuff. Obviously, people talking about who they want to get in, who they want to replace Pellegrini with. So it's still very, very relevant. So anyway, thank you very much, guys. Thank God he's out. And one thing left to say: come on, you Irons.